Peace, peace. Your Ivory Soul's Journey and Tarot. Great day, rising. CO, good morning. How's everybody doing? Hopefully everyone had a wonderful weekend. All of that good stuff. For those who celebrate Mother's Day, hopefully you had a wonderful Mother's Day and all of that good stuff. Give me 1 minute here and we're going to get started. 1 second here. And we shall see what's going on. We shall see what's going on with your soul tribe. We shall see going on with your soul tribe. Good morning. How's everybody doing? Doing well. I'm trying to get this thing here to work right. Give me 1 second here. 1 second here. All right. Y'all come right on in. What's going on? Love is motivation. Shamika, Kiki, Shay. What's going on, y'all? Y'all dudes all right? Y'all doing okay? That's good. Well, we'll give y'all a couple more minutes here to load in here. Any subject this morning. I'll use it for those of you who just love tarot. We'll give you some knowledge behind some information and some stuff. What's going on, everybody? Y'all come right on in. Come right on in. Right on in. We're going to talk a little bit about this global restart. I'm going to attempt, if you will, use a tarot card. I may use a couple more for reference points, but I'm going to use one particular tarot card to kind of make a point. We're going to talk about death energy and rebirth energy. We'll talk about the global restart and the power, transformation, and perception. Very, very important information and knowledge to have, because knowledge is, some will say knowledge is everything. Everything is knowledge. Okay, whatever. But what I want to do is to give y'all a glimpse into a little bit more insight on death and rebirth. Now, whether it's from a tarot perspective, your own perspective, or your own perception, how you receive, believe, achieve what I'm about to say. Nevertheless, all is energy. Everything. Vibrations. Nothing is stagnant. Everything is vibration. Everything is movement, because that's exactly what the universe is. Or, as some would say, the all. Welcome back, Soul Tribe. This video is for information purposes only. It's not going to resonate with everybody, so just take what resonates with your perspective and then just leave the rest. You want to support the channel, the information is in the description box of this video. thanks in it to all that has continued and does continue to support this channel. Death. Now, there's 2 cards, but we're going to deal with one for right now. But before I go into it, I want y'all to understand something. I'm not trying to come here as some deep, whatever you want to call it. I'm here to share with y'all some information that some of y'all might be interested in. Some may be interested in it. Some may not be interested. Some will like knowledge. And I try to tell people when it comes down to knowledge, knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. I heard them say that so many times. Knowledge is power. Now, for those who are Christians, bear with me. I'll try to throw a couple of things in there for you. But for those of us who know that you are a spiritual being first, I want you to know that it's going to resonate with you more than others. Because when we think about religion, we're only going to think about our perception of what we believe, not our perception of what we know or our perception of what the universe is showing us, because it's the universe. Now, let's deal. Now, I could talk about 7 different books. We're not going to go into them, but I can talk about 7 different books that you go and some of these books are available on Amazon. Some of them are not. Some of this information is inner. It's inner knowledge. It's inner knowing. You're not going to find it in a book. 10. You're not going to find it in a book. Everything that is in a book began at some point in time as thought. THOTH, not THOUGHT. Not talking about that. I'm talking about thought pertaining to the individual, from whence a lot of these quote unquote sayings, writings, books come from. The word thought itself, THOUGHT, derives from the word, or the original word, which is THOTH. Hermit. You've heard of hermetics, the Kabbalion, things of this nature, right? But that hermit, y'all hear me say a lot of times that being in hermit mode or hermit energy is very powerful. In tarot, the hermit is 9. For y'all who like zodiac, it's Virgo energy. For those who overstand houses, points, or place of destiny, you know that as being, for hermit, the 6th house, or 0.6 in destiny. Service. Right? One of the few that starts out like, you got Leo and Virgo and Aquarius. I like to refer to these as service houses. Humanitarian, whatever type of work you do, right? Whatever type of work you do, children and creative energy, service. Sex industry, they like to call it, is a service industry. It goes on every day. That's Leo energy. But the one card I really want to put emphasis on in this video is the death card. The death card. And the reason why I put some emphasis today on this death card is because from a universal standpoint, from a spiritual standpoint, this is where we are globally right now. Endings and beginnings. This death does not mean physical dead. It's just that the one thing that I get out of it, number one, is Scorpio energy, metamorphosis, endings, something no longer working, dramatic changes, new beginnings, spiritual transformation, all encompassed in this one card. The supporting energies that I'm going to use from a card standpoint, and from my purpose deck, and then one from my soul's journeys deck. And from the purpose deck, meaning that why are you here? What are you going through? What is your purpose? Is you just walking around here? Whatever the case is, there's a purpose for you walking around here. And when I pulled the card from, this was selected. This was shuffled and pulled. Healing energy. All right. So we'll use that as one of the supporting cards for this here video. Natural energy. Your natural energy, healing abilities are an important part of your purpose. Some of y'all are natural healers, or you have natural healing energy. When you get these energy vampires, as they like to call, then yes, that's what they are after. When people see you have empathic energy, they want to be around your energy. They want to gravitate and draw off of your energy. But their energy is dead. They haven't transformed. From the soul's journey, out of the shuffle, we got change. Now, let me explain something. Understanding that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. That takes us back to universal law that lets us know that everything is vibration. Everything is energy. Everything moves. Everything in the 3D has an ending. And it must go through a transformation. We're going to talk about some stuff here. Because the one thing that I do understand is when it comes to America, now I can talk about the global, but when it comes to America, that's where you are geographically right now. And most of us are not paying attention to what's going on around us on this land because of the war on consciousness, the war on spirituality, the war against the awakening. I've shared many times since I've had this channel. I don't know how many times when I'm not online I've shared with people. or on other platforms when I was on Facebook. I'm still on Facebook. They restrict me from teaching or doing live videos or talking. And I ain't talking about, see, this is the thing y'all have to understand as well. Listen, if you ain't talking about shit, they don't consider it. If you spreading lies, rumors, gossip, if you spinning off of what everybody is talking about, you're going to get viral likes. You understand that? Now, if you go to talking about something positive, you're not going to grow as fast. I'm being honest with you. If you speaking truth to power, AI and the powers that be, they don't want you to say nothing. In fact, they'll censor you. Universal number from other standpoints, tarot, whatever, spiritual, whatever. Number 13. A lot going on behind this 13, y'all. There. A lot going on. So we'll deal with it a little bit. Now, I know some of y'all been told that the number 13 is an evil number, is bad luck. Friday the 13th. All of this here. A lot of people forget that Judas in the Bible was the 13th apostle. Now, we know what happened with Judas, but was it a bad thing? No. Now, you got to believe me, because I'm not here for you to believe nothing that I say. Just take it as knowledge. If you go out and read the daily newspaper or a magazine or a publication, that publication and that magazine is not telling you that you got to believe what you read, but at least what you're reading, you know something that you didn't know before you read the book, the magazine, the newspaper, or the periodical. Now, while the number 13 has a reputation for being unlucky, there, 13. There's a lot of positive energy in this card. The thing that most people focus on the most is the death portion. Rarely do people really put a lot of thoughts, THOTHS, on the rebirth side. Some like to say angel number 13, universal number 13, so on and so forth. But I like to say 13 and 4, 1 and 3. 13, 4, 1 and 3. All of that has a lot to do. We'll go over it a little bit here in a second. But listen, from angel number standpoint, 13 can be a sign of your guardian angels or your guides, your spiritual guides, for those who don't believe in angels, your guardian angels or your spirit guides that with a pinch of positive thinking with this death card, you can manifest your dreams and desires, right? See, 13 is also considered to be a karmic number, a lesson number. Why did something have to come to an end? What lessons did you have to learn? We know that Scorpio energy, that's death. Energetically, from a cosmic standpoint or an astrological standpoint, house placement, if I'm not mistaken, just recently or even still currently, we have the South Node in the 8th house, Scorpio. Now, I've shared a few times on this channel, we are headed breakneck speed. Listen to me, Soul Tribe. We're headed breakneck speed towards transformation, rebirth, and endings in this country and globally. I've shared with y'all many times. These next 20 years are going to be crucial. This year and next year, 23, change. 24, look at it in terms of the Six of Swords, moving forward to calmer waters, rebirth, leaving chaos and destruction, abuse, lies, envy behind. I've shared with y'all we're headed towards a global humanitarian crisis. Now, that's global. Now, I can go and point out some countries right now, nations right now that are in what? Humanitarian crises. Some of which you'll see on your news media, but you can't believe everything these fools show you because they like to hide. Rebirth in every aspect. Let's deal with, let me give you one humanitarian crisis that's been growing in this country for at least the past 20 years. At least Pluto was in Capricorn. And that is, some now call it an invasion. Where are they going to, what is going to happen? Listen to me real good, folks, because change is coming. And your healing energy is going to be all that you're going to have in your rebirth. Where are they going to put these 6.5 million people that's coming across the border from all over the world? Not just from Mexico and South, all over the world. Why? 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 6.5 million so far and counting. And according to this administration, you still got until January 20th of 2025. Man, I'm going to tell you. Let me give you another example of global change. And why the planet is headed straight to endings and rebirth and humanitarian crises. Let me give y'all an example. Let's say for instance, that a lot of these people, now I'm not here to knock nobody. I'm just telling y'all what's on. I want you to think about the people in this country, the people on this land that has been here since the ancient times. These would be people that look like you, that's been on this land. Now, for those of you who know, you know what I'm talking about. You can call them natives, Nijis, indigenous, whatever you want to call them. But there was millions of people on this land before the story was flipped. Damn near everything that you've been told and taught and you read is in reverse, 1919. So where's these people going? Now, you've been here. Everybody in this country, with the exception of people that looks like me, copper tone, has gotten some form of reparation or gifts, but not the original people that was here. 6 million people, they get housing. First thing they give them, listen to me, folks, this is a crisis. The first thing that they give them is communication, a cell phone. They give them a free pass. They giving these people, listen, an immigration number. You know how many years it takes to get that number? You know how many years it takes to get a free pass in this country if you're from a foreign country? And we're not foreigners. We've been here and we can't get hard. Let me talk to y'all. All that shit's about to end because America is going through a rebirth. Now, listen, the fall in it, America has reached its peak. Change is inevitable. Change is inevitable. The services and everything that these people are getting free. You and I, our parents, grandparents, great-grandparents didn't get a damn thing. Listen to me now. Now. You got to think spiritual and universe, God, whoever you call on first. If God, if you will, to America, good jobs. I like how you treated the people that was here when you got here. I like how you took their shit. This is God now. I like how you enslaved them. I like how you had land and their resources. I love it. That's what God would, that's what basically saying God is saying. That God has accepted the atrocities that this country has caused on the people. I don't know how many people that looks like me and you have died only to transform, rebirth. Like I said, the number 13 is significant right now. The universal number 13 and 4 and 1 and 3 is significant right now. Not future, right now. Boy. It's a karmic number. Karmic does not always mean something bad. It's all about lessons. America's getting ready to learn a big lesson. Because, see, you got to think about in terms of where you are in America and how this here corporation and how this republic, not a nation, not a country, how this republic or this here corporation that we call those of us that's in the know, you have two numbers. You have two identities in this country. Your original identity is based on a number given to you. Whether it's your social security number, the number that's on the back birth certificate, it doesn't matter. You're given a number. One of those sets of numbers, you're being taxed as a corporate employee, and those resources or funds goes to what is called the British corporation. Now, they may block this video. They may do whatever they want to do. I don't give a damn. While this may pose some challenges, this karmic number 13, overcoming these hurdles can be richly rewarding. That's the rebirth. And can put you on the right path in life. See, this number 13 means focus, change, right? Focus, change, adaptability. The number 13 is associated with the divine feminine principle or energy. Now, when you take this number and bring it together, so to speak, the symbolic, if you will, of both the number 1 and 3, and even the root number, say 4. Now, the number I like to even say, that's the universal number, where you take a fraction or math and you reduce it to the lowest term, and it'll give you the meaning, 4. Before there was an M in tarot, 4, you had the Hierophant, 5. In Western civilization, you were given the Emperor in tarot. In ancient civilization, when it comes to tarot divination, it's the Hierophant. Or the High Priest. It is the Hierophant and the High Priestess that bring out the balanced energy of masculine and feminine. The High Priestess and the Hierophant is the equivalent of the Empress and the Emperor. Pay attention now, listen. The number 1 is associated, we know, with new beginnings, right? Fresh cycles, leadership, independence. The number 3 is an architect number. The number 3 is an architect number. That number has the vibrational energy of building a solid platform, more creative aspects of expansion, communication, creativity. By adding the number 1 and the number 3, you get 4, right? Simple. The number of safety, 4. You know, 4 wands, 4 pentacles. Think about this now, even the 4 cups. Because it's in that energy that makes you appreciate the number 1. Follow me now. Number 4 is safety, stability. But it is also a representative of the material world. Together, these numbers create the auspicious number of 13. A sign from your God, guardian angels, that hard work, a positive source of energy, staying grounded and leading with love, carry you through the difficult times of endings or death, change. Amazing opportunity for growth, right? Angel numbers or guide numbers or universal numbers, that's the language of the universe, numbers. Sent down from above, as above, so below. Our guides or angels are always watching over us, and sometimes they send us signs to help guide us on our life path, to help us overcome turbulent times with grace and ease, right? This communication could come in the form of the angel numbers meaning. In other words, each number from 1 through 9 has its own meaning. 0 is not a number. That's your soul. Your soul does not have a number. It can connect you to past lifetimes. Current lifetime, soul does not have a number. In tarot, we call it the fool. The fool. That could even represent a new direction, new life path, spiritual journey, moving, anything. It can also represent us making decisions or mistakes that puts back into this 13. You follow me? Now, it can be as if angels are reaching out to you with a message when you see this number 13. There could be something in your life from a personal standpoint that needs to come to an end. Period. In the story. But these endings brings about this positive new growth and rebirth. Some people say, well, where do you see these angel numbers? You on license plates, street addresses, in books, receipts, documents, anything, telephone numbers, anywhere, random places where numbers show up. If a number seems to be following you, usually for a reason. That's why when people say, pay attention to the numbers, because that's how the universe speaks, through numbers. It's for a reason. 13 has a strong vibrational energy, and it can be a signifier of change. 13, change. As it is blessed with divine feminine energy. 13 now. Because the rebirth is divine feminine energy, meaning that, let's say you was with someone in a relationship, and then that relationship ended. And then the rebirth, you started another relationship with someone else. And that rebirth energy, let's say you had a child with that person. Is that good or bad? That's rebirth. Blessed with divine feminine energy. This card. Shifting can celebrate the end of one era, situation, ship, and the start of something new. Never fear this death card endings, because on the other side, it's a whole bright new rebirth. Life can be a roller coaster ride, folks. It can be a roller coaster ride. Some of us come through these here tough times on the other side with positive energy, and it takes the cycle of lessons in order for us to move forward. I had said to myself, why do I keep seeing this number 13? And to be honest with you, there are many reasons why this 13 number is sending vibrational influences your way, and as well as the way of this country. America has peaked, folks. Whether you call it a superpower, a dynasty, an empire, it has peaked. We got 32 trillion debt. The GDP of Russia is only $1.5 trillion. We 32 trillion and counting in debt. This number, you will see it to show up during or after negative experiences associated with people, or associated with people that have bad luck, meaning that people who have not learned their karmic lessons, right? However, the appearance of this card does not necessarily mean bad luck. it can bring you through the side. And I'm telling y'all, you got to stay positive when you are in this energy of experience endings in your life. We as a people, quote, nation, quote, republic, quote, corporation, you got to stay on the positive side because your healing energy, as I've been telling people, we're headed breakneck speed towards a humanitarian crisis in this country. Your dollar, it's getting ready. Your global world's status of control and dominance, it's getting ready. Your social life, your religious beliefs, it's getting ready to go. Your money, your resources to take care of you and your family is getting ready to go through a drastic change. Those of us who have healing energy is going to be the energy people, if you will, that helps this particular land or nation heal. That's the humanitarian. That's why you got Pluto in Aquarius, and it's going to stay there until 2043. It's going to dab back a little bit here in a minute in Capricorn, but Pluto does not like to be in Capricorn. That's ego energy mostly. That's people focusing on material things, if you will, as opposed to spiritual things, right? So here we go. I want to share y'all something. Share something with y'all. It's time for us to prep for change. The appearance of this here number 13 can also point towards preparing for something. In the case of the number 13, basically what I'm saying, folks, is it means preparing for change. I didn't just pick this card out. It came out in the shuffle. What was on the bottom of that deck, if I'm not mistaken? Empathy. That's what was on the bottom. What's behind the empathy? Guilt. Now, this is going to be personal for a lot of people, and from a national point and the global standpoint, it's going to be guilt. And why is the guilt? Because if I did something wrong to you, and I know I wronged you, from an energy vibration point in the soul space, there's a measure of guilt. This country has done so much damage. People, those who invaded, because just like we're going through an invasion now, and in 2 years, we've had what, 6.5 million to come across the border. These people are living and sleeping and eating somewhere. These children they got to go to school. They got to get health care. They got to get everything that you've been struggling to get. They going to get for the free. This is the invasion back in 220 some plus years ago when you had the European invasion. Can I teach? And everything that they could scrap up and pull up about our history, whether it was spirituality, our agriculture, math, science, they took it. Hid it from you and our parents. And got you thinking that you a minority. Got you thinking that you are African American and you ain't never lived in Africa. Never been to Africa. What does Africa have to do with land? What does Africa have to do with the people that are here? No, they hid your shit. You didn't know. Now you know. Listen, this number will show up when one cycle is ended and another one is set to start. This card, when y'all see this death card, when people flip it card, don't always think that somebody personally is going through an ending. This is national. This is global. This is spiritual change. And they're using every tool in the book like the magician to try to trick you into thinking that in this here false reality, this illusion, everything is all fine. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. Something is shifting. And that by being open to opportunities instead of tied up in negative thinking, you are more likely to usher in positive change. Right? All these anxieties. Some people fear change because they know they caught up in that guilt energy and that bullshit. And they know that they owe you an apology, or America know that they owe our people an apology. It's coming by force. Let me tell you something, because be careful, because the very hand that you steal from and take from could be the very hand that you fall into and you need. America, listen to me, the people, the invaders, and their descendants, one day, soon, they're going to need these people. What people? You and I. Give me 1 second here, y'all. They need us. And it's coming fast. Oh, yeah. I remember on Facebook one year, I specifically remember getting an email and a message from Facebook that said, I'm spreading misinformation because of a video that I shared back in 2017, letting people know, prepare for the change and the lockdown, prepare for the pandemic. I told everybody what coronavirus was, the code name, C19. They banned me from using, and then they began to ban others because now y'all see that this shit was planned. I told everybody, be careful. Don't take the shot right away, at least. Make sure you know, without a doubt, what's in it. And to this very day, the masses of people don't know what's in that shot. Fuck it. And I'm just going to say it like that. So they banned me and they blocked me from Facebook. Now that it was locked down and there was a pandemic and many was forced to take that jab or lose business, status, job, whatever, then I go back and repost the video that they took down. For some reason, it popped back up. I think my guys allowed it to pop back up just to remind people what I was saying 3 years before lockdown. I'm telling y'all now, change is inevitable. Things in this country and globally is inevitable. We got to lead with love. That's the divine principle in the death, the rebirth. This is one of the daily endeavors that can come out of seeing angel numbers or guide numbers 13. This number is right with compassion and is the divine realm or divine principle wanting you to spread light, love, and kindness, healing energy. Now, I tell people, I've been telling people before I ever even touched social media. When I was in church as a pastor, one of the first sermons I ever preached, seeing the good in a bad situation. I shared with people, they call me Prophet Sly, because I would speak on things that was part of my gift of seeing things before they enter the 3D. Listen, this number, listen, with this love, we're spreading light, love, and kind. That's why you hear a lot of people in what now? Peace, love, and light. That's the new phrase, the catchphrase, especially in what we call the spiritual community. It helps us to stay tethered, if you will, to gentle things, and serve as a reminder that even when we are going through a bad cycle, learning a lesson, or having negative feelings, it's important not to project that onto other people. But you got people out here on the dark side, they're projecting their energy. You got people on the dark side, leaders and nations, politicians, religious leaders, social groups, secret societies, sect, if you will, that are projecting this negative energy on people. Your ascended masters want you to keep an open heart and not to waste or diminish your own or other people's source energy. Quit trying to tear somebody down so that you can look good. Open up your heart. Some of y'all are afraid. See, listen, even when it comes from a significant standpoint, when a lot of people like to talk about the twin flame relationships, ins and out of daily life, and how you deal with other people. Now, I'm basically just talking about now the significance of this here death card, the influence of the angel number 13 when it shows up in every avenue. Your ascended masters are always seeking best possible outcome for you, which is why they send numbers cloaked in hidden meanings, right? To help you find your way. Let me say this to y'all. Death. America is experiencing death and ending. If you keep thinking that America is the most powerful country on the planet, you're living in an illusion. If you think that God, universe, source, or spirit is just going to sit back and do nothing. See, they've been had people believing that they'll say things like the poor you have with you always. That's a mindset. You can be spiritually rich and materialistically, you may not. Remember when your parents didn't have that big house on the hill. They didn't have utilities, light, running water. They didn't have bank accounts, only because of what was taken from them. But also remember that before there was invaders on this land, we had everything. When they say a land flowing with milk and honey, and a lot of y'all think of Jerusalem, All of that's your folks. But anyway, y'all think of Jerusalem, land flowing with milk and honey, because that's what they told y'all in their book. That ain't your book. Your folks didn't write that book. Your folks wrote an original story, and that's the counterfeit, the byproduct of what your folks in stone. And a lot of it, they didn't even write it. So it's been misinterpreted. It didn't come from a black bloodline. The shift is in. The change is inevitable. The endings are happening right now before your eyes. I tell people all the time, keep your eye on the sky. Keep your eye on water. And keep your eyes on Asia, which also encompasses what? China. China. If the lie or if the word on the street is true, then guess what? We are in debt to China more than any other nation on the planet. So part of that 32 trillion deficit is owed to China. And just like if somebody, you done loaned money and you said you're going to pay it back at a certain time, China is respecting their payment. We ain't got it to give them. So guess what they do? I want that. I want that farm right there. I want that pork farm. I want that chicken farm. I want that beef farm. I want this real estate. I want this land. I want this. I want this. I want this. It's kind of like when you pay your mortgage, at some point in time, you go through repossession or you got to mortgage this property and it's worth less. If these lies and word on the street from Washington, D.C. is true, then you got a sitting president who's got their hands on China's money. Now, America's being blackmailed. Yeah, they is. They being blackmailed. They being gaslight lit. So I said, well, Spirit, as a energy healer, what am I supposed to be doing now? Spirit said, prepare for the rebirth, restart, reset. I've spoken this in many videos on Facebook. I tried here on YouTube when the channel first existed and they blocked me. Even now, having it come through the back door. And that back door was tarot. So my guy said, we're going to send you a download. Tarot. And it's almost like in that download, it's like a program. My mind was programmed. And these cards came to life. But they came to life in terms of gift. So then now, they don't bother me as long as I'm talking about tarot. If I go to teaching too much, if I go to exposing too much, they're going to be on my ass. I'm telling y'all, man. If you've been going through a stressful situation, whether it's at work, at home, with a relationship, finances, this number 13 can be a positive sign that this bad cycle is soon to come to a close and things are going to get better. even as a nation. Trust me and believe me, right? For those that go to church, there's a biblical meaning behind the number 13. That can be seen as a divine sign that anything negative has a chance to become some positive. I was saying, remember now, Judas was the 13th apostle at the Last Supper. And the one, now I know some people say, it was 12. Jesus was the chief apostle. Anyway, so at the Last Supper, and the one who would betray Jesus is actually considered to be a number of blessings, because we know what happens after Jesus is betrayed, right? Y'all get it? So the number 13 can be seen as a sign for what? Faith, if you will, or manifestation, as it reminds us that our angels are close and sending spiritual messages. In other words, when he was on the cross, he's told God, his Father, to send an angel. Even when he was being tempted, going through this transformation in the wilderness with the devil, I said, I'll send you an angel. Your feet is never going to hit the ground. Listen, the prophetic messages that have prophetic meaning and can help guide us to deeper connections with the divine and to find deeper meaning in life. See, the spiritual meaning of the number 13 can be seen as a cycle of endings and rebirth. The number can also be associated with deeply karmic and loaded with divine feminine energy. This makes it a number of intuition and wisdom, and one that encourages personal growth and getting on the right path in life. The end of angel number 13 encourages us to follow the dreams and to stay aligned with a positive outlook on life. If we foster gratitude, lead with love, and are open to all adventures in life, good things is going to happen for you. Good things. Far from the bad omen, seeing the number 13 out of the 13, bad luck number. That's bullshit. When it comes to love and romantic relationships, can actually be a good sign. This number is all about change, hard work. It ain't easy getting out of that south node to that north node, folks. When you see this number in matters of love, it could mean that your commitment and your efforts are about to pay off, and your relationship will enter a completely new phase where the energy flows in beautiful ways. That's the feminine principle of the death, the rebirth. It can also be a reminder not to let hurtful experiences from past relationships overshadow the here and the now. Open your heart to new abilities. That's where this healing energy comes from. And don't let fear, rule, or guilt rule the way, if you will. The number 13 is about change and climbing out of a rut. No longer doing things. If you got a problem with alcohol and you break that habit, that addiction, that's positive. You're going to go through a rebirth. You see this number show up. It could be a positive sign for twin flames, 13. 13 breaks down to a 4. That 4-1, that twin flame. Twin flame reunions are a rare. Listen, if you consider yourself on a twin flame journey, it is rare. But a life-altering event. Not everyone is a twin flame. Not everyone signed up for it in the past life. But those who are will feel deep inside that a part of them is missing. And this is true. That's a soul tie, a soul connection. A twin flame relationship occurs like when you get two energies, two souls that are separate, only to be united when the universe, when spirit, when source, when God deems fit. That's 1% of us on this planet. Now, if you sitting up waiting on Waldo to return, if God, the universe spirit, don't send Waldo back to you healed, where Waldo has gone through some ending, some death, some transformation, and is now embodying that divine feminine energy principle, that is not for you. You ain't the one. These readers, including me, you'll never hear me tell you to go back to somebody from the past. Because once it's dead and it's ended, it is now in the hands of the universe to determine whether these two energies should path again. Right? You've been going through challenging times, dealing with twin flames, runners and chasers and shit. But your hard work, your perseverance is about to pay off, and you can enjoy the next step of your life beyond the twin flame journey. Get off of that journey. Most of y'all don't even know if you signed up for it. Most of y'all don't even know. You only go by what some reader is telling you in a deck of cards. And numerology, the number 13 has an important role to play in your life. This is a karmic number, folks. That's why I tell people, anytime, look and see what's in your house. In your house, your chart, your natal chart. I guarantee you, everybody got something. You got Scorpio all in you got Scorpio. Why? Because everybody has to go through an ending, death, rebirth, transformation. That 8th house is a chart that, from an astrological standpoint, from a spiritual standpoint, most people don't like to be in this chart. It's South Node energy. The North Node is rebirth side, the transformational side. This may feel frustrating, as though you don't get anywhere fast, but rather than surrender to those negative energies and thought patterns, know that the rewards for reaching your goal will also lead to a deeper well source energy, wisdom, and manifestation. That 13 is highly self-sufficient number, which means that you are the main driver of your own fate and destiny, and hold a lot of power over your direction when you're in this here energy, when you see in this 13. When it comes to, say, things like, we like to say law of attraction, law of this, law of that, law of this. The law of attraction reminds us that what we think, we become. That's perception. Our thoughts are more than fleeting. They can help us create our reality, period. Therefore, if you come thinking in negative spirals, you're more likely to wish bad things into being or to attract bad energy. The same goes for spending positive energy in this here death, in this rebirth, which simply means that spending this positive energy, this 13, this number 13 is all about hard work, love, compassion, and manifesting change. That's the rebirth. That's the feminine principle. If you see this number, it means that now is the right time to be looking carefully at where your thoughts are leading you. And maybe now is the right moment to tap into those psychic abilities to help bring your dreams to fruition. Now, comes back to America. It's a wrap. It's over with. You ain't got to believe me. You do not have to believe me. I promise you, you don't. But at the end of the day, look around you. All you see is change. All you see is endings. Since this pandemic or this plandemic And here we are now, almost 3 years after lockdown. 3 years after lockdown, look at us. Everything is skyrocketed. Divorce, murder, rape, domestic violence, breakups, death, ending. So much has happened. Mass shootings. All of it is surrounding this. "13 breaks down to a 4. Now, I told y'all, I just got to explain it to y'all about this twin flame. All right, hold on for a second. Some of y'all just don't know that your perception of long and how you perceive things has a lot to do with your present state and how you see things. If it's from a negative perspective, if it's from a guilt perspective, that's the struggle. That is the struggle. I can't make it up. So now, let's take this from a personal standpoint, and then from a global standpoint, a national standpoint, and a personal standpoint. From a global standpoint, world leaders, be it religious, political, social, whatever, is going through endings. Why? Because the globe, y'all call it the world. The world is not the planet. The world is a system. And the system that has come about with people around this planet has been, you lost a lot of your stability. Because why? They took it from you. From a global standpoint, from a political, religious, economic, you name it, we've been betrayed. This so-called world system, these people that came up with this system, they took from a people who was spiritually connected to spirit, to source, to God, to nature, to the all. And by doing so, they got an answer globally. We're going to use some colors here, and I'm not all into colors, but you'll be surprised at how many people of color, or black people, they like to say. I don't like to say that word, but for those of you who still use it, people of color, they have taken from you, taken from you, taken from you. In this country, they're taken from you, taken from you, taken from you. From a personal standpoint, people have taken from you, taken from you, taken from you. And guess what? That's the reason why you're going through positive change. Look at your present situation as being negative and bad. Look at it as being rebirth. You got to do something. You can't just sit and wait. It's all right to be a hermit, but you just can't sit here and wait hoping that shit happens. Watching tarot after tarot, hoping that somebody returns. Get out of that energy. Only 1% down here has signed up for a twin flame journey. And if God's spirit of says, you know what? And they go to that other individual that betrayed you. Say, you know, you betraying yourself. They'll show them in a dream or tell them. They guys that come to them and tell them the same thing. Hey. Wait a minute. You wrong soul tribe. That's the other part of you. So when you betray soul tribe, you was betraying your own long-term stability, causing nothing endings in your life. You might have got away with it with Peanut and Pookie and Mikey, Mary, Sue, and Monica. You're not going to get away with it with the soul tribe. You may have gotten away with it with the indigenous people of this land, natives, if you will, the Nijis. Here in this land we call Turtle Island. You wronged and betrayed the wrong person this time because you betrayed your own self for those that are on a twin flame journey. That's the message being presented to others. 3 and 4. 13 breaks down to 4. You got 1 and 3 change, and this 3 breaks down, adds up to a 4. Get any tarot card, 4. Get any tarot card, 13. Get any tarot card, 3. Get any tarot card once. They all together. The system is falling. It's crashing. Yeah. World don't mean planet. World means system. And if we stay on the system that we are on, it's destined to fall, come to an end. This is Saturn. This the Capricorn energy that Pluto don't like to be in. Some of y'all are getting ready to experience on a personal level success after some sort of great ending and betrayal. Because why? You kept your vibrations up. You didn't have that guilt and resentment towards someone. So that means that now you successfully completed a cycle. You've had victory over something. Now your self-confidence. See, this 21 breaks down to a 3. So you got your self-confidence back. Prosperity is on the way. New relationships on the way. New achievements. New accomplishments. Some of y'all going to be traveling. Some of y'all going to be involving yourself into holistic lifestyle because the food on this planet is not going to be healthy to eat, especially in this damn country. So now you got to figure out a holistic way of surviving. That's where I am. That's where I am. I said I go buy a watermelon and eat that joker for about 2 or 3 days. One big ass watermelon. Make sure the seeds in it now. Get that hybrid seedless shit. Because if you got a seed, how in the hell did it grow? How you going? They love taking the feminine energy and the feminine principle out of everything. Even the food you eat. If it ain't got no seed, it ain't real. So these here cycles, these governments, these institutions, be it personal, social, religious, whatever, all this shit coming to an end. I got a card faced up over here. Damn. And look at what it is. We go in the deck, but it's the 9 of Pentacles. That's that Virgo now. I'm telling y'all. Some of y'all lives is finna change. This nation is getting ready to change. Some of y'all are energy healers, and you're getting ready to walk into that in this cycle, this new cycle. I'm trying to tell y'all with this world card, new relationships, folks. From a national standpoint, as this country, y'all are going to love. Listen to me good. The majority of the people in this country is going to fall in love with the rebirth, the change. Don't look at it as America falling, because this is not America. Christopher Columbus did not discover America. If he did, why is it called Columbus? Why isn't it not called Columbus? It's called America because that was an Italian explorer that explored this here land, if you will, before Christopher Columbus. Miracles. Italian. Research it. And they named this land based on their corporation institution, like you name your business. This is a corporation, folks, headed by the British corporation. The change that's happening in Britain, in London, they just crowned a new king. This evil ass motherfucker. Y'all know what he did to his wife. He had them 2 boys by. We ain't got to go there. But now you got a murderer in control of Europe. Think about the 15 nations that Britain had still control over, and the queen, when she was living, that they don't want to be under her rule or British rule no more. I'm talking about modern day shit. Yeah. That Queen of Wands, it go get what she want. He or she. Yeah. Again, this nation, this planet, and you, within the next 20 years, if you still here, it'll be a whole totally different planet. You're going to see shit for what it is. People are going to see these world leaders, these false, fake, evil ass world leaders. They go, y'all going to see them for who they are, because they all going to fall. Every last one of them is going to fall. Why? Because some of y'all, you got to realize now that we are at the point of fate and destiny on this planet. Everything that's getting ready to happen, supposed to happen. It's part of the change. It's part of the rebirth. It's part of the restart. It's part of the reset. Destiny. Fated events. A higher power is in control now, folks. Luck is on some of y'all's side of blessings. Changing times. Growth. Karma or dharma. If you're on the dark side of this here, change. Karma and a lesson is coming towards you. If you're on the positive side, dharma, there's luck, there's growth, there's positive change coming your way. I want y'all to pay attention. Listen, pay attention to shit, the energy. People gonna come on TV and on social media, lying their ass off. You got to be connected so much and so in tune that you can read right through all this bullshit. We're headed toward fate and destiny, folks. This is it. You can call it Judgment Day, end of the world, New World Order. Call all. Hey, listen, it's a rebirth, new beginning. Here's the opportunity for those of us like me that when that Constitution, right now they ain't living by, ain't nothing but a piece of fucking paper, a whole bunch of damn pages that took somebody's stability, betrayed them, left them hanging. So you thought the universe or God was just gonna let that shit go on forever? No. America has peaked out. She's been, as they like to say, she's been on a downward spiral. Breakneck speed. That's why I told y'all, change is inevitable, and it's happening, and it's taking place at warp speed. We are in a totally different dimension. At least the 1% of us. Why? We know that this change and our healing energy is going to be necessities. It's going to be necessary in this rebirth. Oh, yeah. Choices. See, this country, the choices and decisions that this country has made has put it in a point of destiny that Saturn says, all right, boys, your party is over. You fucked up. Get this shit right. The people here in this country, we're going to get this shit right. We ain't going to be marching with no fists and black power and talking about we shall overcome. That shit's over. That shit didn't get you shit. And the choice and decisions that these people, these invaders has made has now come back to haunt them. Rooster has come in. The scales is going to be balanced. Y'all know y'all didn't see justice, but justice is written all over. From a personal standpoint, people who use you, abuse you, lied on you, slandered your name, they going through the same thing. Because the wheel, once it turns, once this here universal wheel turns, now saying to us, somebody's going to be on the Dharma side, the good side. Some will be on the karmic side, the lesson side, the bad side, the repeat side. And they got to go and repeat this whole cycle. So if you say the world is coming to an end, the majority of the people on this planet, 99%, it's going to have to come back and do it all over again. Because if they start dropping bombs and just start just with their hidden agenda to depopulate the planet, you got some sick ass fucking people out here. And just like in your personal life, y'all have dealt with some sick ass people. Some mentally, spiritually, physically sick ass people. And just like they breadcrumbed you, what goes around comes around. Don't wish nothing bad on nobody. Just say you ahead of that. You in that healing energy. Rebirth. They got to go through death. They got to go through the dark side. They got to go and deal with the shadow side because you did. And ain't nobody exempt. Personally, from a national standpoint, global standpoint, it's about to happen. So we have this change that's coming about, and it's a major change. Major change. Globally, personally, nationally, major change, spirit, major changes, major. I'm telling you. Now, whether you believe in Judgment Day or listen, folks, I'm not making this. Not only have I had the visions and the dreams, the intuitive insight, and I don't mind sharing it freely, liberally. It's happening. This means the ending of a way of life. Personally, nationally, globally. The ending of a way of life. The way America used to do shit ain't gonna be able to do it like that in the future, near future. The way that world leaders go about doing shit, they're not gonna be able to do it. The way that people have dealt with you, there's a final judgment coming. The ending of a way of, some of y'all are in this rebirth energy. Some of these people and world leaders and individuals in your life, they want to come back. But the cycle is closed with the world, death, judgment. It's over with. People are in hermit mode like you was. There are world leaders right now in hermit mode. They're trying to see things different. They're looking at themselves, American at itself, and saying, you know what? Now California want to give reparations, but then they bagged out. You know why? America would never give, this institution would never give you someone who is a descendant on this land. They'll never give you reparation because they wrote it up in the Constitution that is for what? Former slaves, of which the majority of us, your parents, on this land, that slave trade that they talking about, that's a damn lie. You was already here. And still won't give you shit. Now, if you think that God, if you will, is just going to keep allowing America to exploit the people that made them great, exploit the land of the people that made them great. They talking about land flowing with milk and honey. Ain't nobody running over to Jerusalem. Everybody on the planet coming right here to your shit. There is no milk and honey flowing in Jerusalem. And if you know anything about that classification of people, them Jews, they've been a thorn in your flesh ever since Genesis. Y'all better listen to me now. Y'all healers. This land is about to be healed. You about to be healed. Everything is about to be healed. Everything is going through rebirth, judgment, fate event, destiny event, ending of shit, world order, ending of a lot of shit. Healing it. There you go. Coming right back out again. That 4-1 that was over here. Listen, let me tell y'all something. Some of y'all are about to experience, and you're getting ready to enter into a part of your human experience, a personal spiritual rebirth, unlike you've never experienced. You're going to meet someone that's placed on your journey for a reason. Oh, yeah. Placed on your journey for a reason. I was telling my dad one day, he was like, man, What else you want to do in life? There's so much you can do. If people just really knew who you were, wow, you can help people. But like I tell my dad, help is one thing. Help is one thing. We are in death energy, folks. Death ending. Period. It's over with. It's over with, folks. It's over with. Y'all come right back out. It's over with. It's over with. From a personal standpoint, we are in that death and rebirth energy. A lot of people, whoever and whatever they went to, is over with. There's an ending. There's a timestamp on it. And I'm going to tell y'all something. I'm a naturalist, meaning that I love nature. I don't even have on socks right now. I don't even like being outside. I love going outside early in the morning, barefooted. Connect to source. Feel the energy vibration. There's so many stones and all kind of crystals underneath the ground. Walk on it. Get outside barefoot. Get your foot dirty, as you call it. You ain't getting it dirty. A lot of times I go to the park just to intuitively hear the communicational energy, if you will, of the birds. I don't killing shit. I don't even like killing wasps, bees, ants. I don't like killing shit. Everything serves a purpose. Now, if ants start getting in my pants and I need to dance, I got to get them out of there. Got to get them out of there, folks. It's about to happen, y'all. It's happening right now. You're going to see change. Don't get caught up into all this bullshit you see on social media, on the news, on TV. Christ consciousness. Christus. Not Jesus. Christ consciousness. Christus. Has a lot to do with the alignment of your chakras. Kundalini experiences. Metamorphosis. Some of y'all are having dreams, and these dreams are so vivid. They seem so real, you know, because they are. They are. I wanted to test my energy of survival. And in the past, I remember just living in nature in my vehicle by choice. The depression that they talk about, the invaders of this country went through a depression. If you look at the time stamp of what they call the year of the Great Depression, you'll find out that your folks and my folks, we had it going on in the 30s. Oh, yeah. Y'all hear all about Black Wall Street and what happened in Tulsa. That was going on during the Great Depression, too. Now, America, they can't hold back these secrets. And people from this, listen, the Americas, listen to me good. What was meant for your bad, the universe is going to your good. People of color, of different shades on this land soon unite. They are trying to do shit from a political standpoint because listen, if the secrets come out, there's a revolution, possible civil war. I've been telling people the Civil War started in Washington, D.C. from a political standpoint in the 90s. And guess who was at the ringleader front of it? Joe Biden. That man got a crackhead boy, but he passed all those crime bills, locked up so many goddamn people because of crack cocaine. Y'all see how the wheel worked? So that damn decision that he made in the past, locking up folks because they was on crack. Now you got a crackhead boy. He gonna get locked up. Why? Because it's fated based on a decision that he made. Right. I know spiritual things about Biden. The energy. I read energy. And like I told y'all, the video on this channel right now that I told y'all, November 2024, who gonna be president? I'm gonna give y'all one hint, either 2028 or 2032, we may not have no election, no presidential election in this country. Take it from me. A whole new country. Because why? Judgment, change, rebirth, endings, new cycle, debt. Everybody got to pay their bills. Physically, mentally, spiritually, psychologically, emotionally, all of that. Debt has to be paid. That's energy. Everything is energy. So the energy that America put out on this soil, on this land, they're going to have to give an account. Because Saturn says so. Because of America's choices and how it treated you. Take it nationally, globally, or personally. The choices that people made, they got to give an account. What's the outcome of this change that's taking place right now? Death energy and rebirth energy is everywhere, globally. Everywhere. Now, y'all remember that song they used to sing in the civil rights movement? We shall overcome. All right, it's coming. But it's coming spiritually, not politically. What's the outcome, spirit? Y'all can take this down to personal. When you were saying to yourself, I'm going to get through this. Whatever this was. Outcome. You're going to overcome. You've already overcome. That's why you got a new start. I'm trying to tell you now. Now, if I was to put these in the order, I would go bam, bam, and then the bottom card, 9 of Cups. Will get your wish fulfillment. This healing energy is key to your 4 Wands. It's key to your Ace of Cups. For some of y'all, you're going to get the stability first. Before the new start. Before the restart. The decisions that y'all make within the next 2 years, 23 and 24, is going to affect what you're going to have to deal with and overcome the 20 years following next year. I'm telling you. When you watch the news, those of you who watch the news, I would encourage people. I don't watch the news. Watch it. Because that's where you're going to find all the bullshit. All the lies. I don't even be on social media like that. Now you with me. I read the subliminal messages. I read the subliminal energies. The shit that they trying to say, want to say, but say it. Because if they did, it's going to cause an ending. It's going to cause change. If people to tell y'all the truth, your government, your religious leaders, your philosophers, your economists, your anthropologists, your archaeologists, your science, if they was to tell everybody the truth, they know it'll be a global crisis, a global revolution, because the majority of this planet has been lied to. And they know. You ain't gonna never get no reparation because your ass was no slave. Let me repeat. You will never get reparations as a former slave or a descendant of a slave. You know why? They can't prove what boat you came off of or what African country. It is not nowhere written. Nowhere. Nowhere. You didn't come off no boat. You can't get no ships, wasn't no motors, wasn't no engines, wasn't no steamboats, none of that. A boat, how in the hell you gonna get all these damn 12 million people to come from West Africa all the way? Now, keep in mind, West Africa then was the Sahara. It wasn't even inhabited. But you ain't gonna get no damn boat. Go hop in a boat. You ain't come on a slave ship. That's a lie. You ain't gonna get no boat in no 17 and 1800s before the steam engine. You're not gonna get a boat to come all the way from one continent to another and people survive. You ain't gonna have it. Get out of that make-believe shit, fairy tale shit. Now, did the slave trade happen or was people sold? Yeah. A lot of y'all don't even know your own folks was selling you right here on this land. Slavery ain't just with no European. You got Chinese slaving their own people. European slave their own people. People of color have slaved their own people. It's over with. And now people are waking up to these truths. They don't know what to do. Damn, we can't get them to believe this shit no more. Listen, folks, there's death energy all around us. death energy. There's rebirth energy all around us. You can call it Judgment Day, New World Order, end of the world, jihad, time to end time. You call it. The planet ain't going nowhere. The people has endings and transformation. The planet ain't going nowhere. If you think that a whole city, a whole nation is going to be coming down from the sky, if you think that listen, prepare for change, folks. Prepare for rebirth. Let me go ahead and get my day started. I wanted to share this with y'all. The channel is more than just tarot. This is the only way for right now until they block in. This is the only way that I can do what I do. They didn't want 100,000 people on Facebook following me. And they damn sure don't want that on YouTube. We're blocking. Can't do no videos. Ain't doing nothing but telling the truth. Unveiling their own bullshit, their own lies. And they want to say it's misinformation. All right. We'll keep it right there. Let me say this to y'all in my closing. 1%, quote unquote, signed a spiritual contract for twin flame. It is not up to you or the other individual. It is up to the universe to bring y'all back together based on the contract, based on the spiritual purpose, based on your soul's journey's purpose. Get out of that energy of runners and chasers and twin flame. Do that, you'll find yourself in a rebirth energy. I had a reader email me. I noticed you don't talk about twin flame. I reply, are you with your twin? No, my twin learning the lesson. Bye-bye. Wait your twin. You're a damn fool. That you're going to wait on somebody that's laying in the bed with somebody else right now, living a whole new damn life, rebirth, if you will, even if it's on the dark side, even if they're guilty, you waiting on somebody that's enjoying or living a whole new life, whether it's good or bad, laid up with somebody else, and you waiting on street meat to return. You're a fool. I said it. You're a fool. You're a damn fool. Don't ever devalue you. Stop boo-hooing and crying and being up at night waiting on some motherfucker to return from somebody else's bedroom. Still wet. Leave that shit alone. Energy. That shit's dead. It's over. That was a lesson. They made the choice. It was a lesson. They was fake. There are more fake twins, flame journeys out here than real ones. Trust me. I know what I'm talking about. So if somebody come up to me, you my twin. That's exactly what they gonna get them a laugh at their head. You my twin, ain't your goddamn twin. You a healer? No. I like to go to the club. I like to hang out with friends. You ain't on no fucking spiritual journey. You still learning. Ain't no divine feminine, no divine masculine gonna be out there in the club. I'm telling you now. Well, you can't sit down on your channel and in your mind, you can do all that shit. You can be a divine femme, shaking your twerking your ass and all over the place and multi lovers, thinking you're a high priestess or think you in divine energy, think you're a divine feminine. Go ahead. Go right ahead. That shit's ending. This is for one. This channel, I reach out to the 1%. The other 99%, their asses is still learning fucking lessons. I'm not looking to go viral. I'm looking to speak the truth. And when you speak the truth, you're not gonna go viral. Unless the universe wants that to happen. Other than that, somebody messed up. They got to learn their lessons. They got to heal. They got to go through the chain. They got to go through the rebirth. They got to be hurt by somebody else because the energy that they put out and hurt you is, what do you think the universe is going to send you back when you put somebody in that 3 of Swords? You crazy. What God do you serve? Who you calling on? That'll let somebody dog you out, use you and abuse you, breadcrumb you, gaslight you, laid up with somebody else with 2 side pieces on the side, and you boo-hooing and crying and waiting on that piece of shit. You need healing energy. Ain't nobody up in no sky got nobody waiting on street meat. Don't worry, I'm God. I'm gonna let them go through what they got to go through. They gonna learn their lessons. Clean them up for you. I'm gonna wipe them off, and I'm gonna get them back ready for you. And I just want you to wait, but I want you to go get nobody else. I want you to wait on your twin. Yeah, laid up with somebody right now, but I'm God. I'm gonna clean them up. I'm gonna get them back right for you. Peace and blessings. Y'all be safe. We'll see y'all later. Ashe.